The state of conservative comedy in 2021. Let's take a look at what...
I don't know where you find this many farmers of color, but they did, and $5.2 billion are being allocated exclusively for colored farmers. Farmers of color, farmers of color. Roll the tape.
We begin today's show looking at a major provision in President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief bill that aims to address decades of discrimination against Black, Hispanic, Native American and Asian American farmers who've historically been excluded from government agricultural programs. The American Rescue Plan sets aside $10.4 billion for agriculture support and allocates about half the funds to farmers of color who are, quote, subjected to racial or ethnic prejudice because of their identity as members of a group, unquote. The U.S. Commission on Civil Rights confirmed as long ago as 1965 the U.S. Department of Agriculture discriminated against Black farmers, but little was done to address...
I wonder if these guys that are making fun of the situation are aware of a system called slavery and a lack of reparations. Well, sorry, there were reparations just to the white slave owners and not the Black people that were recently freed, or Reconstruction, sharecropping. I mean, numerous things that have happened in American history that literally, personally brutalized farmers of color. I don't know if that's I mean, I guess that there's just like that didn't happen
100 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, it happened 100 years ago. Okay, let's enslave your family for 100 years and see how you fare. Okay, just saying, like, oh, it happened 100 years ago. Also, it's not 100 years ago. It is literally an ongoing problem if you don't address the issues.
Most happy about the new policy, these people. So, yeah. I'm gonna buy a plow, man.
I'm gonna plant that corn.
Go get a John Deere. Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president of plowing that ass. You.
I thought the last thing they would want to do was be farmers. Wasn't that
That's so bad, dude. What the fuck? That was so bad that it turned around to be funny again. What the fuck? Yo, I've never seen someone be more white painfully while trying to do AAVE than Steven Crowder, dude. That was a 360. Like, he wanted to be funny. It was not funny on its own, but it was so bad that like it turned around for me. This is literally boomer racism, okay? I don't know what we just saw. I don't know how to describe it. It's like old people think that this shit's funny. 65-year-old people think this is like, yeah, you see that? He's imitating a black. Every black person is a rapper. Let's watch it again.
People. So, yeah. I'm gonna buy a plow, man.
I'm gonna plant.
It feels like this person has never been around Black people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, you literally have only seen Black people in movies, I think, in like very weird movies. Honestly, if you find Steven Crowder to be funny, like you might be entitled to some compensation because, you know, you sucked too much asbestos when you were growing up. Like, there's no fucking way that anyone looks at this and goes, this is fucking funny, dude. This is fucking good, dude.
I'm gonna plant that corn.
Go get a John Deere. Barack Obama, mother. I'm the president of plowing that ass. You.
I thought the last thing they would want to do was be farmers. Wasn't that a big problem for hundreds of years?
Yeah.
Isn't that why Arsenio Hall called himself the urban man's Johnny Carson?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, they kept going. Okay. Oh, shit. It was getting worse. Remember Chatters? 30 seconds ago, you said, don't play that clip back. Turns out I spared you an additional bumper that was 2 minutes long for them to literally go into straight up. Black people did not want to be slaves. Okay, there's a difference between being a slave and being a farmer.
Are people lining up out in the middle of cornfield, Iowa for new dunks?
How would you prove this, by the way? Like, how would you prove that you've been discriminated
You don't
against?
have to. You just
Well, I
say.
didn't get that loan. Sir, you had no credit. Well, that should not have stopped me from getting the...
Bro, these people want to be oppressed so bad, dude. Like, it's so obvious. They're literally jealous. Like, you can sense it. Come on, dude. Why is the... Dude, I'm the real person that needs, like, I'm a white podcaster. I'm the one who's, like, actually faced depression. Come on, dude, just give me some money. Acknowledgement would go a long way. Come on.
The loan.
I planted a Hennessy tree, but it's not growing.
Well, technically it did grow, but that shit ain't XO.
I put it in the ground.
I planted a VSOP XO tree. I'm getting in some niche esoteric cognac humor, motherfucker.
Don't white people just go to their neighborhoods and build urban farms and ruin their communities? Isn't that what white
how it works.
In Detroit. Like, turns out the soil content is a high level of meth.
Yeah, crazy. Whoa.
Wow.
Wait, what? Wait, is he saying like black people are making meth too in the fucking farms?
The high level of meth.
Yeah, crazy. Whoa.
Wow, I didn't know.
I think he mixed up the jokes there for a second. I thought that was white people shit. Like, did I misunderstand what he's saying? Yo, he's mixing up his racisms, guys. What the fuck? If you're gonna do stereotypes, at least get it right, okay? You need a singular brain cell to be able to do like racist humor, okay? Black people dumb. Black people rap music. Blah, blah, blah. Right? In order to fuck up that thing, you need to lose that remaining brain cell if you turn around and literally say like, oh, black people like cooking meth. I mean, fuck, I don't know. Steven Crowder's also unironically anti-weed in 2021. I mean, he's such a fucking goober, dude. He is the ultimate dweeb. Like, what a fucking dork, dude. That's all I got for Steven Crowder. You're such a dork. Steven Crowder operates like a Karen. Like, he is literally a Karen. But because he agrees, or conservatives look at that and go, oh, well, like, this guy has the same opinion that I do, so he must be funny. I'm going to laugh at the shit that he's saying, including, like, the racist stuff that he's saying. It's pretty funny to me, because I think racism is poggers, or whatever the fuck people are saying in his audience. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, I love dark humor. I love edgy humor. I think you can certainly have racialized humor that's fucking hilarious if it's well done. But it comes from a place of knowledge, right? If you don't understand the subject matter that you're covering, if you don't have a deep understanding of the subject matter you're covering, you're just going to point at it and go, haha, this is funny. Or you're going to rely on like old ass fucking tropes. It's like making a joke. It's just, I don't even want to get into it any further. Like, I don't want to talk about like racial stereotypes like that. It's not, what he's doing in that situation is just like, this is my worldview. I think black people are this way, and I'm just going to keep fucking, playing really just shitty fucking tropes because I have no jokes of my own. I can't come up with anything. I can't come up with any material. So I'm just basically doing the racism version of what's the deal with airplane food? Do you understand what I'm saying? He's just being himself. That's the best way that I can try to describe this situation as someone who is a fan of comedy and also even, laugh at edgy humor from other white dudes that do like edgy ass fucking jokes. Oh, this is what I wanted to really talk about. The real fucking shit, dude. The real issues. Let's watch real fucking comedy, which is conservatives being conservatives. Now, we've already talked about this, but there is perhaps no better recognition that we have returned back to the normalcy of losing our minds over monotonous, boring stories and the outrage cycle back into being like full effect. There's no better representation about that revolves around return to normalcy than Tucker Carlson trying to create a new outrage cycle around wet ass pussy. Them culture vandals censoring many art forms. Let's take a look at what this new wet ass pussy shit is about.
Question. Well, we learned last night at the Grammy Awards. Here's a clip of the only portion we could play you.
I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. I'm built differently. You don't want to smoke, so ask for the chicken. I just made a big bag. I just bought a Bentley. Always on your mind, I be living rent free. The girl wanna fuck, even though she just met me. I'm built differently. I'm built.
No more Dumbo. It's too filthy.
What?
We get.
Dude, you are such a fucking nerd, dude. If you look at something like that and go, I can't believe that the entertainment industry is doing some degeneracy again, when like literally all art has always been degenerate forever. I don't know what to tell you. Just like, this Monet guy started drawing naked women that were commoners. Back in my day, the only women that were supposed to be naked were angels. I find this to be distasteful. Why are we now drawing naked prostitutes? These impressionists. What are they talking about? What do they want to do? Seriously upset with how things are going in the art world. Are they doing art or are they doing degeneracy? Masquerading as art. Like, what are you fucking are you in the 17th century? Like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, is you being upset at this is so dumb. It's just so fucking dumb. Equating this to art Pepega, dude, this is, whether you admit it or not, whether you can say it's commodified to the fucking 10th degree or not, doesn't matter. It's still fucking art. You're consuming it. It's made for your consumption. It doesn't have to be like high art. It's still fucking art, you dumbasses. It's music. Music is literally art. You call that music? Again, guys, just because you personally do not appreciate it does not change the reality that it is absolutely designated as art. Okay? And the example I gave you is literally an example from history in the way that the art world originally, or the intelligentsia originally, regarded a new wave of fucking painters that were changing the norms of sexuality and human bodies and the way that they are demonstrated on a fucking canvas. I'm literally giving you a 5-head art take that you would know if you understood art history, that is a direct comparison to what is going on here. And it's degenerate, okay? It is degenerate. It's hedonistic. It is made primarily for immediate consumption. Okay, it tickles your fancy by reinforcing like the primal urges that you feel. Okay, but it's still fucking art. I'm sorry that it's not Christian dad rock, Tucker Carlson. Okay, I'm sorry that the art that you wanted to see at the Grammys is not fucking, again, like garage bands that talk about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, or whatever the fuck this psychopath is into. The Nazis used to get pissed because visitors to their art museums prefer the degenerate art, which was new, different, and interesting instead of the good trad art. Tucker's on this exact same shit. Exactly. Nazis had a very interesting point of view on what they consider to be degenerate art as well. So it's understandable that a fucking modern contemporary fascist would have a similar point of view. Whatever.
Candace Owens is the author of Blackout and the host of Candace. She joins us today. Candace Owens, thanks so much for coming on. It's hard not to conclude they're intentionally trying to degrade our culture and hurt our children.
I mean, absolutely, Tucker. I mean, Dr. Seuss, gone. Mr. Potato Head, problematic, not enough genders available. We've seen going through the supermarket as a traumatizing experience. We lost Aunt Jemima last year. We lost Land O'Lakes butter last year.
Zero fucking people were like, we need to stop Aunt Jemima. Like, zero people said that. The only people that talked about fucking Aunt Jemima and like Land O'Lakes butter or whatever, or Mr. Potato Head and his potato dick, have been conservatives, are conservatives. They're just literally having a conversation in their own circle. It's just conservatives back and forth talking about how crazy liberals are. Like, zero liberals are like, oh my God, I'm so glad that fucking Aunt Jemima doesn't exist anymore. It's so dumb.
We lost Uncle Ben and his rice last year because everything is so traumatizing for children to look at. But this spectacle, virtually what we were looking at last night was a lesbian sex scene being simulated on television. And this is considered feminist. It's iconic. It's forward. It's progressive. It's the way the world's going, Tucker. And if you don't see that, it's because you're a bigot. You don't understand. This is the way the world needs to go. I 100% agree with you in the assessment that this feels more sinister.
Yeah, why can't we go back to the old days when like rock musicians talked about fucking 14-year-old girls? Like, why can't we go back to the good old days? You know what I mean? When music was about having sex with a fucking 14-year-old girl. I don't understand it, brother. Why the fuck can't we listen to real music, brother? I mean, how many songs are out there about like fucking 17-year-olds, dude? Christine 16 by Kiss.
This is starting to me to seem like it's not even
like it is. You know what's funny about this? What's really funny about the situation is that like conservatives have demonstrated unironically the fucking need for music like Wet Ass Pussy, because the entirety of the conservative side of the political spectrum showcased that they don't understand that pussies are supposed to be wet. So I'm glad that music like WAP is showing a basic biological function of reproduction that conservatives have never fucking seen. And from that respect, this is art, okay? There you go. It's not only art made for your consumption, but there is a lesson there.
The world needs to go. I 100% agree with you in the assessment that this feels more sinister. This is starting to me to seem like it's not even left or right. It's not a political issue. This seems like an attack on American values, American traditions, and you're actually actively trying to make children aspire to things that are grotesque. This is not about diversity anymore, Tucker. It's about perversity. No. We are celebrating perversity in America.
They're trying to degrade us. I mean, if you think about...
Yeah, they're trying to degrade our culture. They're trying to degrade our culture. They're trying to degrade our culture. Like, what is our culture, dumbass? What is American values? We're a penal colony of degenerate criminals, okay? That's how we fucking started. What do you mean? Like, I don't even understand what this fucking take is, okay?
All the energy that our professional class expends trying to extinguish political views they disagree with, and you've been the target of this. We have too.
I mean, it's definitely not suitable for kids. Dude, it's not for kids. I don't understand. Since when is like art made for consumption supposed to be for fucking kids? It's not Thomas the Tank Engine, okay, idiot? What? 10-year-olds are not supposed to be consuming the fucking Grammys. Like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry. I actually took the time out from watching my favorite juicer to go and watch the Grammys. I really need to figure out who won Best Tropical Latino Music Producer. I'm really rooting for whatever. Fucking can't name one. I don't listen to music. I'm the worst person to talk about this because I literally do not listen to music.
No energy is spent at all trying to contain pornography, which is literally everywhere online, and not just people having sex, but like stuff that probably kind of hurt your brain if you looked at enough of it. And it's just everywhere, but no one ever says a word about it. For real, what does that tell you about their goals?
Actually, they say many words about it. They call this great. They say this is fabulous, that this is the stuff that children should be aspiring towards. So at the same time, Tucker, that we have...
Yeah, that's like wet ass pussy is actually a fucking... Wet ass pussy is literally about... It's a how-to guideline for what children should do. That's what that song is actually.
Kids that are not learning hard academics anymore in school, right? Forget about mathematics and science. You can trust the science and trust Dr. Fauci, but you have these kids learning about critical race theory. They're learning that they should aspire to people like Cardi B. You see that fundamentally we are seeing the destruction of American...
Bro, this is literally just a word salad. She is just gargling fucking random words. She's just tossing random words out there that are like loosely... She's playing word association with leftist concepts, hoping that it fucking sticks. Oh, what's happening with wet ass P word is this is critical race theory. How is this critical race theory, man? Like, I can't understand this. She's just fucking ad-libbing right now.
Values, American principles. And it's terrifying. I think parents should be terrified that this is the direction that our society is heading towards. And again, we are weakening America. That's really what we should be talking about. This is a weakening of American society. We are setting the stage, and it feels like...
Bro, if you're fucking screeching about a musical performance at the fucking music show for adults and talking about how this is degenerating American culture, you're a fucking idiot, okay? You're right. We are literally fucking weak. We are too weak that this is the most popular news broadcast, and that's what you choose to spend your time on. Again, completely made up, completely fabricated, ridiculous, idiotic outrage culture. And it's basically to tell 75-year-olds like black women are rubbing their pussies on one another on television, and that's terrifying, and it's destroying America. It's like, no, it's not. It's just a fucking song. Okay, jackass, this is not touching American culture and ruining American culture, whatever the fuck that might be.
We are looking at corrosion, like we are about to see the
It's just conservative identity politics is what they're doing.
Survive. It cannot be sustained under these sorts of values and principles.
So I mean, this is personal for you. You just had a son.
I mean, Hasan, Cardi B openly admits she refused to let her daughter hear or watch the song as a parent. Okay, but I never said this is for mass consumption, you fucking idiot. What the fuck are you saying? Did I literally say, if I ever have a child, I'm gonna make them fucking sit there and forcibly get them to watch this? Like, not everything is conservatives. There is no room for comedy anymore. Liberals don't want edgy humor to happen. Also conservatives, every part of culture needs to be tailor-made for children and mass consumption. Everything should be a Disney movie. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Makes sense, please.
Recently, and I think you and a lot of other young parents are going to start to think, well, how maybe can we create something different? Do you want to raise your kids? In a sincere question, in a world like this.
No, and I say to people all the time that follow me, I'm sincerely looking at homeschooling, making sure that my kid is not going to be polluted with this, because like I said, they are being taught that this is a form of freedom for women, right? As if every woman last night should have looked at that performance and said, I
mean, low-key, it kind of is. And the reason why it kind of is because, like, so many conservative men just basically showcased that, like, they didn't realize that pussies are supposed to be wet. Not only that, but they were just, like, running with, like, no, pussies aren't supposed to be wet. What is this? What's going on? Liberals want to create a world in which pussies are wet. Here on the Tucker Carlson Tonight broadcast, we show you the real news, the real truth. Pussies are supposed to be dusty and dry, cobwebs within it. That's the perfect pussy that you could ever have. The one that my wife has. A dry ass P word. A dusty ass P word.
You know what? Before I felt like I was a bird in a cage, but after seeing that, I feel inspired. That's the real me. That's what I want to actually be in this society. Like, we're breaking away from the patriarchy. This is not the patriarchy that's keeping young women down. It's displays like this, displays of blatant nudity and sexualization that is keeping women down in this society.
Yeah, that's what's keeping women down, dude.
Totally degrading. And the same people who make it will lecture you about you hate women or something. I mean, who hates women, really? Candace Owens, I sure appreciate your coming on tonight. That was great. Thank you.
Hey, they're trying to create lesbians. It's another really good fucking take, dude. I love this shit. Don't know what she thinks homeschooling is gonna do when literally homeschooled her high school still ended up being gang members, is still out here, still on drugs and making what? Sam's looked at what happened with RBG and said, let's do that again. The Supreme Court Justice doesn't need liberals to tell him he's 81. Wait, what? This is not a real fucking article title, right? There's no fucking way that this is like literally a real article title. Dude, no. Stephen Breyer has to fucking